Do you want to learn how to play We Three Kings, but you're tired of playing it like this? Well, in today's lesson, I'm going to teach you how to jazz this tune up with 3 essential techniques. And even if you're a beginner pianist, you'll be able to easily play these techniques. So let's go ahead and dive in. All right, first we're going to start with the basic way that I hear most pianists play this tune. Then I'm going to show you these 3 jazz techniques. And then finally at the end, I'll show you how to apply these techniques to the tune so that you really understand how to use these techniques on any song. So most pianists will play the tune like this. Okay, so they'll use kind of basic chords like C minor, right? Maybe G major, right? And then C minor, maybe the same thing, right? G major, and back to C minor. You might go C minor, B flat major, okay? And then like E flat major. And then you might go to like an F minor, and then G major, right? It's kind of the first 2 sections of the tune, the A section and the B section. And then you have this little transition, B flat to E flat major. We can take it down here, right? And then like A flat major, back to E flat, right? Same thing, A flat, back to E flat, and you go back to minor. So C minor, B flat, okay, A flat, B flat, okay, and then we're almost to the end, E flat, okay, A flat, and then we end on our E flat. And so most pianists, they'll take these chords and they might break it up, right? Or they'll kind of stretch the notes out, okay? And this is a very beginner approach to the tune, but what happens if you want to make the chords sound more interesting? What if you want it to groove a little more? What do you do? Well, that's the next step. I'm going to teach you the 3 essential techniques that I use to take it from here to here. Okay, doesn't that sound way cooler? Now, it won't be that hard to play, I promise, but it will still sound really good. But before I teach you these techniques, if you're enjoying the lesson, please hit the like button. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe for more videos just like this. All right, technique number 1 is a very simple thing that you can do to make it sound more interesting. And that is to add color to your chords. And a very simple way to get started with this is to take chords like your C minor chord. This is the first chord in the tune, and you can add 1 note to this chord, the A, and you get a really jazzy chord. Listen to this chord. Okay, it has a very jazzy quality to it. It's called a C minor 6. And so this is one thing you can do on that C minor, make it a C minor 6. The other thing that's really nice to do on chords like this is to add even more color. And you can take a C minor like this and make it sound like this. Doesn't that sound beautiful? And the cool thing is that I'm only adding 3 notes to this chord. In fact, the 3 notes that you can add on a minor chord, in addition to the 6th, are the B flat, the D, and the F. Okay, these are called chord extensions. And when I played that C minor like this, I'm only adding the F, the B flat, and the D to get all of this color. So as we go through the jazz arrangement, you're not going to see chords like C minor. You're going to see chords like C minor 7 or C minor 9. These are additional notes that you can add to your chords. The second technique that I love to use on tunes like this is to break up the chord. And when you're playing the tune, you could play all of the notes as blocks. Okay? But it's way more interesting if you play it like this. Notice how I'm breaking up the chord in my right hand. So how do you do this? Well, the best way to get started is to take a chord. In this case, you might start with your C minor 6, okay? This is one of the first chords in the tune. And then your second chord is actually a really beautiful chord called a G minor 9, okay? And you play it like this. And what you can do is practice breaking up the chord. And so the way I like to do it is like this. See what I'm doing? So I'm playing the exact same chord, but I'm starting with the outer notes, and then I'm doing the inner notes as these little chord pops. You see that? 1, 2, 3, 1, All right, one more jazz technique to go, and then I'm going to show you how to use these techniques on We Three Kings. The third technique is to swing your melody. And normally when people play the tune, it has no swing. Listen to the difference to the traditional approach and then now the swing approach. Okay, it sounds a lot better in my opinion. So there are basically two ways that I like to swing it. The first is to look at your right hand. Notice that I'm using those little chord pops in between the beats. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. So I'm putting it on the and of 1. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. And this will add a lot to your swing feel. The second way to swing is with your left hand. In my left hand, I'm adding a fifth on top of the G, and then I'm doing this little rhythm. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. And so you can do this with the basic melody in your right hand to practice this technique. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. All right, congratulations on learning the 3 techniques. And in the next step, you're going to learn how to apply these techniques to We Three Kings. But before we do this, if you want to do a deep dive on some of the topics that we just discussed, I recommend that you check out our piano chord extensions course. In this course, you'll learn everything that you need to know about adding notes to chords, and you'll learn which notes you can add to each different type of chord. You'll learn how to combine those notes to make them sound interesting, the best voicings, how to use them in chord progressions. So I'll put a link to that course below. All right, congratulations. You made it to the final part of the lesson where you're going to learn how to apply the 3 jazz techniques to We Three Kings. And if you skipped that section, I do encourage you to go back and watch it, because if you really want to play jazz, you need to understand the tools that jazz musicians use to turn tunes like this into the jazz style. And with this approach, you don't have to rely on sheet music notation to create beautiful jazz arrangements like this. All right, so we're going to go section by section in the tune, and then finally at the end, we're going to put the whole thing together. So we're going to start with a little intro. It's very jazzy, very cool, and it uses a lot of the techniques that I just taught you. So it sounds like this. So I'm basically using some of these really colorful chords. So we're going to start on that C minor 6 that I taught you earlier, and then we're going to go to a beautiful G minor 9, okay? It's like a G minor 7, and we're adding the 9th to it, okay? Really beautiful jazzy chords, but you don't have to be an advanced pianist to play these chords. The second thing is the rhythm. 1 and 2 and 3, 1, 2, 3. Really want to get this rhythm. I'm going to play it slowly for you. 1 and 2 and 3, 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2 and 3, and then we're going to change chords here. G, we're going to come up, and we're going to use this voicing. They're the same notes that we played earlier, but we're just going to bring it up to make it a little more interesting. All right, next is the A section. I'll play it for you and then break it down. So I'm starting on a C minor 7. Okay, it's like a C minor, but we're adding the B flat. So, ooh, C minor 6, beautiful chord. Melody is that G minor 7, right? Instead of an ordinary G minor, right, it's that, okay? And then C minor 6, same chord, but we're going to use those chord pops, okay? And that's going to give it a nice swing feel, okay? Then we repeat the same thing. C minor 6, G minor 7, and then the chord pops. All right, here's the B section. So for this, we're starting on that C minor 7, okay, then a B flat. Ooh, very pretty chord. This is actually called a B flat 9. And it functions like a sus chord, okay? But we're actually taking the E flat out. You could put the E flat in if you wanted, okay? So, and then E flat major 7, very pretty kind of jazzy chord. Little cluster there on the bottom, super nice. And then that D chord, ooh, very pretty chord called the D minor 7 with a flat 5. And then super jazzy chord, this is that G7. We got the E flat melody, it's actually called a flat 13. Okay, this is called a chord alteration, which you can use on dominant chords, okay? We end the phrase like this, okay? There are those chord pops on the C minor 6, and then jazzy B flat 7. This is gonna get us to our next section, the C section. And we got this nice melody coming up to the F. And here's the C section. So what I'm doing here is more of a pop chord technique. So my first chord is a really pretty E flat major chord. I'm adding the F down here, which we call the add 2, because it's a whole step above the root, okay? But we're just spreading the notes out like this, okay? And I do encourage you to use your thumb on both of these notes. You could play it like that as well, okay? So we have, oh, one of my favorite chords. This is an E flat add 2 that we just played. We're putting the G in the bottom. Isn't that gorgeous? Love the sound of this chord, okay? So we have a little walk up. Real simple chord. This is an A flat major 7. Remember I said earlier you can add the 7th to your chords. And then we end on the E flat, okay? And we play the same thing a second time. Okay, A flat, and then back to E flat. All right, final section, D section sounds like this. So we're actually using a lot of the same chords here. So we'll start on our C minor 7, and then check this one out. Okay, pretty cool jazzy chord, E flat 9 is the name of this chord. It's actually not a traditional chord that we use in the tune, but it leads really well to the A flat, which is gonna be here. We're gonna play it straight like this. You could add a 6 if you wanted. Ooh, that B flat chord that I taught you earlier, and this one has the E flat on the bottom. Okay, B flat 9 sus 4, beautiful chord that leads back to your E flat chord, and then we play that same phrase from before. E flat add 2 over G, A flat major 7, and then we end on the E flat add 2. So as you can see, we are using those 3 jazz techniques that I taught you earlier, the chord colors, the chord pops, and we're swinging the notes. But you don't have to play it the exact way that I just taught it to you. You could swing it in the other ways that I mentioned before. For example, on the melody, you could do it like this. Notice how I'm using the chord pops when I start the melody. So you can use chord pops throughout the arrangement. You don't have to use them in the exact places that I taught you. You can also try swinging your bass a little more. So for example, on that first phrase, see what I'm doing? You can even combine both of those approaches. So have fun and try making it your own. All right, we are in the final step, and in this step, we're gonna play the arrangement with the included backing track so you can hear what the full thing sounds like. And by the way, this lesson comes with a downloadable backing track, and you can download the lesson sheet music on the top left of your screen. Plus, you can change the key of the entire lesson with a click of one button with our smart sheet music. So I'll put a link to all of that below. Now for the backing track, we're gonna skip the intro. You can add the intro if you're playing it solo piano, but for the track, we're gonna go right into the melody. So here it is with the backing track. Hey, thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed the lesson, please let me know in the comments. Also, be sure to check out pianowithjonny.com. We have over 1,000 step-by-step lessons for all playing levels where you'll learn your favorite songs, styles, and how to improvise at the piano. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.